Sometimes you see some crazy stuff on the telly. Let me show you what I mean.
I'm buzzing. I've told everyone last time, yeah? I said one thing. I said we had the best young team in Europe. That we got the best young team in the world, bro. Yeah! Yeah, wait. And we got Martinelli. We got Gabriel, we got Tierney, we got Ben White, we got Aaron Ramsey! Yeah! We're getting Champions League, we're coming top 4, yeah! We're gonna be smashing it in the Champions League next year, believe it! Tune into Andrew!
Well, maybe the man's got a point. Let's find out. Hello, I'm Josh, the face of FMBase, who's going to bring Wonderkids to this place, and today we're going to see if Arsenal can smash it in the Champions League with kids. So we're going to be running this simulation over 5 seasons, because first of all we need to give Arsenal a chance to actually qualify for the Champions League, which is something they haven't actually done since 2016. So let's define what we mean by smashing it in the Champions League.
Smash it! Step 1.
Arsenal need to be coasting through the group, arguably finishing top, or at the very least coming behind by 1 point.
Smash it! Step 2.
They need to be clear outright winners of the first knockout stage.
Smash it! Step 3.
At the quarterfinals, we'll give them a little bit of grace depending on who they come up against, but again, we'll be expecting them to get through the quarterfinal.
Smash it! Step 4.
Anything beyond this stage is a bonus, and we will certainly qualify this as smashing the Champions League. And lastly, let's define what we mean by kids. Of course, it would be unfair to fill the team full of wonder kids, so I think we need to set an age criteria of, let's say, 25. Anyone above that, I'm afraid they're going to have to be leaving the club. But we'll be fair, we'll transfer them in this window, and we'll find suitable replacements who are 25 or below. So we are back, and we've now simulated an entire season, and what a season it has been, full of highs and lows and drama and all that jazz. Let's just take a quick look at this screen first of all. So as you can see, the season prediction had us in 7th position. Were we able to beat that? Let's take a look. So there we have it. Arsenal actually finished in 2nd position, so they did in fact qualify for that Champions League place they were after. But we're only 4 points behind Liverpool, which is quite a surprise. They're only losing 4 games, so actually losing 2 less than Liverpool that finished top there. So if we take a look at the team, this was our starting 11 for the majority of the season, and everybody played pretty damn well, to be fair. I think Tommy Asu and Guendouzi only players below a 7. Everybody else 7.02 and above. You can notice here Gabriel had a stunning season, but yeah, really well performed everybody here. If we take a quick gander, they all played an awful lot of games. Our top goal scorer though, Martinelli on 29 goals, very impressive. Bukayo Saka on 13, Emil Smith on 12, Reece Nelson scoring 17 goals. But Gabriel, look at that, 10 goals from defence. Very impressive stuff. If we take a look at the cup competitions, we got knocked out in the quarter-final of the FA Cup by Liverpool, and we also lost to Liverpool in the final of the Carabao Cup. And if we just take a quick gander here in the squad list, we've got 3 players at 5-star potential, another 2 at 4.5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11 at 4-star potential. This team could be performing very well in the future, but why guess? Let's take a look and see how they did in Season 2. So we're now at the end of the 2nd season. It is 2023. Unfortunately, energy prices are still the same. Damn you off, Gem. But another thing that is still the same is the underestimation of this Arsenal squad. The media prediction is 5th. I think that was a terrible disservice considering where we finished last season, but let's take a look. So if we take a look, we didn't quite match last season's performance and finish in 2nd, but we did finish in 3rd place, yet again qualifying for the Champions League. But this time losing 8 games, so we lost an awful lot more games than we did last season. Something that does stand out just as a sideline, if you take a gander over here, Robert Lewandowski is at Liverpool, tearing it up. that is a scary proposition. So this is a formation that we use for the majority of the season. As you can see, it's pretty much identical to the lineup of last season. However, the main difference here seems to be that most of the players performed below the standard they set last year. If we take a look at Bakary Saka, Nelson, Guendouzi, Tierney, Ramsdale, they all performed below the standard that they have set previously, and the fact that they didn't play so well perhaps reflects on why they didn't perform so well in the league. Who knew? So we've already looked at the Premier League where we finished third. Let's take a look at the Cups now. We'll start with the Community Shield. We were a runner-up against Liverpool, again beating us in the Cup final. But we won the Carabao Cup, which is fantastic. The first win so far of this run. Who did we beat? West Ham United 2-1 in the final. In the FA Cup we reached the semi-final, not quite as good as last time. Knocked out by Manchester United, unfortunately 1-0. However, this is the biggie. How did we perform in our first season back in the Champions League? Arsenal's first season back in the Champions League for a very long time. And there we have it, the one that matters. We beat Liverpool in the final of the Champions League. Absolutely fantastic. 1-1 in the match itself, winning on penalties. If we take a gander here, we played pretty solid at the back. The XG story over here shows that we had a fantastic second half and really could have won the game in normal time. However, through the penalties, and we won it. So Arsenal certainly smashed it in the Champions League. However, let's take a gander because there was a stipulation in regards to how the team was supposed to perform. So if we take a look at Group C, Arsenal actually finished second, 7 points behind Atalanta. So they certainly didn't smash it in the group stage as was predicted. They actually only won 1 game, drawing 4 and losing 1, so they really did quite well to get out of the group, to be fair. But as you can see, beating Shakhtar Donetsk by 1 goal in the first knockout round, beating Leipzig quite comprehensively at home to go through to the semi-final, beating Chelsea in each leg of the semi, and then beating Liverpool on penalties. Fantastic. However, I wouldn't say they smashed it. They seemed to scrape through the group there and just got through the first knockout round. But hopefully next season we can do better. So if we take a look at the team now, we've actually gone from having 3 5-star potential players down to 2. With Bakary Saka and Martinelli remaining, but Gabriel dropping down quite a bit, all the way down here to 4-star, so that's a little bit concerning. We've gone from having 2 4.5-star potential players down to 1, and from 11 4-star potential players down to 10. So the star ratings are not looking fantastic. Now I don't know if that is a reflection of the players' ability or their comparison to other players within the squad. But we're not going to look at the player attributes at the moment. We are going to give it a few more seasons to give the players a little bit more time to develop, playing in regularly in the formation in a position that best suits them. So let's see if we can smash it in season 3. So now we're back in the 3rd season, the year is 2024. I still look exactly the same, I haven't aged a day. Media prediction was still 5th, which is terribly unkind. I don't know what the media has against Arsenal, but let's take a look to see how they actually performed. So there we have it. It's taken 3 seasons, and Arsenal now with an average age of 24 in the squad have actually won the Premier League with 96 points, which is 5 better than Man United's best record total, but finishing above Liverpool, a 79 goal difference. What a season. That looks absolutely fantastic. Let's break that down a little bit. Wow, would you look at that? 108 goals in this season, which I believe eclipses Manchester City's 106, which was a previous record. 29 conceded. That is just absolutely phenomenal. Winning 31 games, only losing 4 all season. What a performance. So if you take a look at this best 11, there's been 2 changes here that stood out to me. Ben White has come in and Kieran Tierney has come out. So those have been the only changes really, but look at that performance all round. Well, apart from that fantastic result in the Premier League, let's see how the Cups performed. Let's be fair, do we care about the Carabao Cup? Yes, we should. If we take a look at the FA Cup though, the domestic trophy that people really care about, we were the winner, beating Burnley. That's a bit of a mind bender. Look at that, the UEFA Super Cup, we beat Man City 4-1. So here we are yet again in the final of the Champions League, this time unfortunately losing to Manchester United, but again on penalties. But 2nd consecutive season in the Champions League, a 2nd consecutive final. But let's take a look to see if this time they truly smashed it. So if we take a look at Group F, Arsenal only lost 1 game, won 5 of them, clear winners in this group. You could quite comprehensively say Arsenal in their second season smashed their group stage. In the first knockout round, they beat Juventus a convincing 4-1. In the quarter-final, a 6-4 aggregate victory over Man City. To score 6 goals over 2 legs is pretty impressive, so I think we'll give them that one as well. In the semi-finals, though, up against Barcelona, 3-2 victory on aggregate. A very difficult tie, that one. You couldn't say that they smashed that one, but to get to the semi-finals was absolutely fantastic. And to beat Barcelona, superb stuff. And as we said, unfortunately, Manchester United, they actually won an extra time. I thought it was penalties. Extra time is showing here. 2-1 victory, but you can certainly say that they are smashing it. But let's see if we can go one better and have that perfect season where we devour every team in front of us in every single leg. But before we move on, taking a look at this squad, we don't seem to now have any 5-star potential players, which is a little bit unnerving. We've actually only now got 2 4.5-star potential players and 4 4-star potential players. So the star ratings really don't seem to be working in our favour, but again, they sort of representative of the quality of the squad as a whole, and perhaps that's something to do with it, or maybe they're just not going to reach their potential. We'll give them another look at the end of next season and see what's going on. But after a very impressive first 2 seasons in the Champions League, a Champions League victory and a Premier League victory, let's see what season 4 holds for us. So we are now in the 4th season of this save, and if we take a look here, Swansea and Charlton have been promoted back to the Premier League. But for some reason, despite their fantastic performance, Arsenal is still predicted to finish in 5th position, which is very strange. I would have thought we'd be predicted much higher, but again, media just doesn't like us. However, hold your horses, because unfortunately it looks like this time they may be on point. Arsenal finished 5th in this season, which is very surprising considering how well we performed so far. We haven't sold or bought any players. It's exactly the same squad. We're letting everybody play. Their chemistry must be phenomenal by now. But still, only to finish 5th is very disappointing, losing 8 games. Liverpool winning the league only on 88 points, so it wasn't a phenomenal league by any stretch of the imagination, but a goal difference of only 37. Let's take a deeper look into this. So if we take a look at this, last season we scored 108 goals, setting the Premier League record. This season we've only scored 81, conceding 44, so we're scoring significantly less, conceding more. Not a very good recipe at all there, and very disappointing. We finished outside of the Champions League for the first time in 4 seasons. But maybe this poor league performance was covering up an absolute drubbing of all the teams in Europe. Let's take a look. But wow, in the Champions League we underperformed quite significantly here, being knocked out in the first knockout round by Atletico Madrid. We just didn't cut it in season 4. If we take a look at the squad list though, we do have a 5-star potential back again. That is Martin Odegaard. And let's take a gander at him right now. So if we take a look at Martin Odegaard against 2023, he has improved quite significantly. He's gone from a 4-star common ability player with a 4.5-star potential to a 5-star player with 5-star potential ability. So he's really at the top of the game at the moment. His biggest change has been his anticipation. That's gone from an 18 up to a 20. That is now maxed out. So that is fantastic for a midfielder. His dribbling, first touch, free kick taking, those have all gone from a 16 to a 17. His passing's gone from a 16 to a 17, and his technique from a 17 up to an 18. His work rate has improved, his decision making has improved, and his agility and his balance have also got better. He's looking absolutely fantastic. You can see here he's 5-star in all of these midfielder positions, whereas he was 4-star previously. He's really come forward and obviously was worth the investment by Arsenal. So there's been a lot of fluctuations in the squad in regards to potential and current ability and the movement from 4 to 5 stars. So let's give the guys one more season. Let's simulate this 5th season and see if anybody picks up their game. And after the dreadful performance in the Premier League, are we going to be able to pull it up from 5th position? And now we're not in the Champions League, but we've got the Europa League. What can we do? There's only one way to find out. So we're right at the end now. We're looking at the 5th season, and after a dreadful performance last year, Arsenal were actually predicted to finish 4th, so they're moving up from where they were previously. Absolutely bizarre how that has happened. But Martin Odegaard and Gabriel are listed in the key players over there. Did they have a good season this year? Were the team able to pull it back in the Premier League, and how did they perform in the first time in the Europa League? Let's take a gander. So here we are, a sigh of relief for the 2nd time in this save. Arsenal have won the Premier League. let's take a bit more of a deep dive into this. So scoring 102 goals, it looks like somehow they turned it around to conceding 33 only. Much better performance. Things have tightened up at the back. They've become more excitable going forward. But finishing on 89 points, not as high as previous seasons, but still a win is a win is a win is a win is a win. And the Premier League has gone to Arsenal in 2026. So if we jump straight into the final, you will see that Arsenal did in fact win the Europa League, beating Aston Villa 2-0. But if we take a look at the stats here, we dominated this game. 2.6 XG to a 0.05. Just to give it a little bit of visualization for you, if we take a look at the XG story over here, you can see Aston Villa were on the floor and dominated by Arsenal throughout this game. But as we're coming to the end, let's take another look at this squad of players now. Martin Odegaard is still the only 5-star player here. But let's take a look at some of the key players from the start of the season and see how they can compare now. So if we take a look at Saka, unfortunately, I don't think he's progressed as well as he could have done. But the only real difference that I can see comparing the two is his flair has gone up slightly, his off the ball has gone up slightly, his decision making has improved quite significantly from a 14 to a 16, which is quite a big jump. But really there's not been a lot of change here, so that's quite disappointing. Now if we take a look at Martinelli, again he hasn't improved as much as I would have anticipated. However, his first touch is better, his long shots have gone up too from a 10 to a 12, his technique is better, his agility is leapt up from a 16 to an 18. But the big things I think as a striker is his composure and his decision making has gone up, as has his off the ball and his vision. But again, not developing as much as you would have envisaged in this period of time. Now Emile Smith-Rowe has had some considerable growth throughout the game, with all the key attributes you can see highlighted, pretty much all of them going up. His vision's really improved, so is his strength, and his performance in all of the roles and duties across here is shot up as well. So I think although he's not as fantastic as you would have liked to think he could be, he's not developed too badly, and Emile Smith-Rowe I think has done well in this save. On to William Saliba, who hasn't really improved much at all from where he was at the start of the save. He is better and he has performed fantastically well. If we take a look at his career stats here, he's been over 7.2 every season the save, which is very admirable, and he's been scoring goals every single season. So although he might not be the superstar you would have envisaged potentially, he is certainly a solid defender. And Gabriel again, very little progression really, although he has performed fantastically well. Not many of his stats have gone up by much, but his performances have been absolutely superb. Again, another one above a 7.2 every single season. In fact, only one season was he below a 7.45, which is just fantastic, and scoring loads of goals every season. Scoring 7 goals, 3, 12, 8 and 8. 5 man of the match performances this season, 6 in the last but one. Played really well, and certainly in the position that we've been playing in him, what a defender. I would highly recommend that you go and grab him if you can. So there we have it. That is 5 seasons done, and the challenge at the start was to see if this young Arsenal squad could smash it in the Champions League. I think we've proved without a shadow of a doubt that with the right tactic, they certainly can do that, as they have won multiple Premier Leagues, the Champions League, more domestic cups than I can remember, all of which just using young players that are already in that Arsenal squad, all the players under 25. So I hope you've enjoyed that video today. Please give it a like, share it with all of your friends, and drop whatever you want in the comment section below. I will endeavour to answer to every single one of you. You can find me at FMFO Official on Twitch and on Twitter. But remember, this is the place. It's FMBase. I'll see you next time.